Let's see, are we live? Hey everyone, welcome to my 49th live stream. How is everyone doing tonight? Let's see. Um, that's weird. Okay, yeah, it's not giving me the chat, but I should be able to look it up on YouTube. Not sure why it's not giving me the chat. Hold on, guys. Just give me one moment here. All right. I'm about to read the chat in a minute. Okay, where is it? Oh, I see it. Hey guys, how's everyone? Hey Epic, glad you made it. Let's see, Q&A. Hey Brian, would you consider Fear the Walking Dead, the show, uh, a success or a fail? Great question, Epic. Thank you. I consider it a success for the most part. Like, even though it's had its hiccups, obviously it did. You know, the main show had its serious hiccups, and still, Fear the Walking Dead has some great story and amazing characters. And it's doing pretty good right now. You know, there is some positivity among the fan base, so I definitely think it's in the good side. At least it's leaning more towards the success. Thank you for the question. And you say, hey Brian, what do you think happened to Skidmark, and will we ever see him again? I think so, Epic. Definitely think so. What do I think happened to Skidmark? I think, I don't know. Great question. So I think maybe Virginia kept him somewhere, but he escaped, and now he is going around killing people in Lawton, as we saw with Cameron. So I think that's what's going on. Like, yeah, I used to think it was Dakota, but I definitely think it's Skidmark now. Hey Dan, he says, hey guys, and Epic says, oh, he's got another Q&A. Hey Brian, how many seasons should Fear the Walking Dead get? Like, how many seasons are left in Fear the Walking Dead? That's a great question. So I kind of think they should end it at season 8. I would say sorry, not 8, maybe 7. Because, like, okay, so the main show is ending next year. World Beyond is ending next year. And the Rick movies, I don't know. They gotta tie it all in together, I suppose. But I don't know. So I think that Fear, they should have the characters join into the movies or something. You know what I mean? Just something like that, because I think that would be amazing. Like the characters in Fear, Alicia, Morgan, eventually reuniting with Rick and the others. I mean, she never met Rick, but you know what I'm saying. So I feel like season 7 should be the last season of Fear, and it kind of makes sense because Fear the Walking Dead, when it started, when it was in season 1, Walking Dead was in season 6, 5 seasons up ahead of it. So now the Walking Dead will end at season 11, but Fear will end around like this. Oh yeah, that's like four or five. I don't know. Seven sounds good because they wanted to do 12 seasons of The Walking Dead. So, and it kind of is 12 seasons. So I think season 7 maybe should be the last season, but they should bring the characters into the movies or something. Thank you for the question. That was a great question. Epic says, hey Dan, he's asking Dan. Doing great. Glad you enjoy Survival of the Fittest. It's a masterpiece. Yes, it seems amazing. Let's see. Morgan dying at the end. You're talking about something else. Let's see. Okay, yeah, you guys are talking. Yep. Dan says, love seeing my 2 favorites on Fear on the thumbnail. Yes, definitely, Dan. I was actually gonna pick a picture of just Alicia. I think she was just looking at Morgan, but I decided to have both Morgan and Alicia because interesting news, guys, because some interesting. I actually started working. Okay, so when I came back from church last night, because you know I go to church on Sundays, as many Christians do, and I started working on an Alicia video, and let's just say that it's an Alicia tribute. My own personal idea, like you guys remember my channel intro, so I basically did. It's longer though. It is much longer. I basically worked on a tribute. It took me like 3, 4, at most 5 hours to do, and I got it done. I chose the perfect song for Alicia, and I know there's a lot of Alicia tribute videos, but I feel like this song fits so well. I don't know, like you guys can let me know what you think if you guys are interested. Epic says, yes, Morgan and Alicia are the 2 best characters in Fear. They really are. Morgan and Alicia have the best character development that we've seen from both shows. Like, not from characters overall, but as far as characters in Fear right now. Dwight has had a really good he's had a pretty good arc, but it has had some hiccups. And John, he's a good character, but they're just not really doing enough with him as far as character development, like taking him to a darker side. Because Alicia and Morgan, they're pretty much like the only characters that have been to that dark side back and forth, and somewhere in the middle as well. So yeah. Dan says, yeah, let's just take a second to appreciate how amazing Morgan has been this season. He's better than ever in my eyes. Definitely. Epic says, by the way, Merry Christmas, guys. It's after next week. Wait, I'm confused. Dan says, yes, Merry Christmas to you, Brian, and everyone else. Hope you have a great one. Thank you, Dan. You guys too. Have a blessed and amazing Christmas. It's a little early though, so it's a tiny bit early, but I will do more live streams. So hopefully, this is not going to be the last time. I won't do a live stream on Christmas, but maybe like the day after or before. But yeah, guys, thank you. So let's see, Q&A. Hey, Brian, I know you're not a fan of these Madison Return theories, but the ones about Dante are worse. Yeah, that's true. At least for wait, did I say Dante? Dwayne. I'm sorry. I just came from a double shift at work, so I guess my head's not in the right place. Hey guys. Hey, Chosen One. He says, quick hi. Hey, Chosen. Thank you for coming. So yeah, guys, if you don't know, I did work on my Alicia tribute, and I don't know. It depends. I'm not sure when you guys will be able to see it. Hopefully soon. And yeah, hold on. Need to check the status of something. This is not gonna work. Hold on, guys. Just 1 second. Sorry about that. It's gonna take a quick second. I just need to do this really quick thing real quick, and then wait, come on. What hold on. Maybe this. Wait, is that not it? How do I do a custom thumbnail? Okay, yeah, this is weird. How do I do a custom thumbnail? Okay, hold on. I'll get back to the stream. Let's see. Epic says, Q&A. Hey, Brian, the Walking Dead universe should do a Christmas special. Definitely. We don't really see characters celebrate Christmas that much. Morgan and Dwayne did in the comics, but characters rarely ever celebrate Christmas. Dan says, yeah, the Walking Dead universe needs to connect at some point. That would be the best way to end it, in my opinion. Definitely, Dan. I feel like they got to do an Avengers Infinity War / Endgame style ending for the Walking Dead franchise. Like, just end all the shows, and have the characters go into the Rick movies and just end it in a satisfying way. The way they ended Avengers and, Infinity War and Endgame. So, yeah. Oh, darn it. Why can't I figure this out? Okay, that is... Okay, I need to figure something out. Okay, let's do... Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. Trying to figure something out. Okay, never mind. Oh, wait. I think I just solved it. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'll explain in a minute. Let's see. Dan says season 7 of Fear should be the last, but the show is amazing right now. It is, Dan. But I don't know. It would feel weird to have World Beyond end, the Walking Dead main show ends, and then maybe they eventually start the Rick movies. Okay, here's the thing. If they're never going to start the Rick movies, which, let's be honest, that is a big possibility, because Scott Gimple, is taking literally forever. Sorry, but they had to be said. I definitely think that they should continue Fear. But as far as if they really want to end everything with the movies, end Fear, and have it all tie in at some point. By the way, Dan, really loved. Let's see, season 7, episode 9. No turning back. The mid-season premiere of The Walking Dead rewrites. Man, it would be like it's awesome. Like, I wish your story was canon, Dan. You know what I mean? I wish your Walking Dead was canon. Um, I'm very curious to see if you're going to have Morgan go into Fear, just like this. I'm very curious. Can't wait to see. And you say Dwight has been way better this season. Season 5, Dwight was kind of boring. LOL. Yeah, I was really the fact that there was like no mention of Negan, like that was just weird. And the bird mark, I don't know, that bugged me. Epic says, "Hey Brian, another thing that bugs me is how the Fearcast never mentioned his burn or how he got it." Yes, I just mentioned that exactly. And do you guys remember when he made that fake? Dwight made that fake zombie. Did it not? I don't know. Did it? That confused me. So, is Virginia gonna believe that? Um, yeah. So is Virginia gonna believe that's Dwight and Althea? Because I really don't think so. Um, Dang it! Wait, what just happened? Yeah, I don't think there. I can't buy that Virginia is gonna believe that. I just can't. That that's Dwight. You know what I mean? It just isn't. So what? Like, um, this card changes. Um, you know what? Let's just go. I'll choose a thumbnail later. Okay. Let's see. Epic says, like, I wish Dwight would say to the Fearcast that Negan burned his face and took my wife. Yeah, that's necessary backstory. See, the thing is, in storytelling, they say, you need to show, not tell. But that's kind of what they did with Dwight. We never got to see how he got burned. So yeah. Oh, your message was retracted. Oh, that's weird. Okay. Dan says, thanks for watching my rewrite yesterday. 710 is about to go into the brutality of the war. I'll just say, cannot wait, Dan. Cannot wait. Because, yeah, I think the most brutal thing in All Out War in the show was Jadis making hamburger meat. I think that was the most brutal thing in the war. And that wasn't even in the comic. So, I don't know. Just saying. Let's see. Epic says, I'm talking about Dwight. The Fearcast never mentioned his burn or how he got it. Yeah, it's like they're invisible. Like, it's like they're oblivious to it or something. It's like, hey, he's got a burned face kind of thing. It's like, really? I didn't notice. Dan says 7 to 9 is a lot of similar scenes, but everything is in place for a bunch of changes. Epic says, that'd be amazing. Dwight telling John, June, and the others about Negan and the Saviors. Definitely. And Dan says, will Dwight crossover is another question. Yes, definitely. That is another question. I don't know. To be honest, if I was doing the rewrites, if I was in your position, I would think I would keep Morgan, going into Fear, but obviously I wouldn't have him take it over. But as far as Dwight, I feel like that might be a little bit unnecessary, or I just wouldn't have done it at the exact or like the time they did it. You know what I mean? Like I would have saved it. I don't know, just my opinion. Hold on, guys. Sorry again. I just need to do this real quick thing. Okay. Oh, here it is. Finally. I was wondering where it went. Wait, is this it? Okay, let's save and see what happens. Hey, guys, can you try something? Can you look up my videos or your notifications and see if something new popped out? So I just uploaded a new thing, and I'm curious if your notifications see it. So even though I'm live streaming right now, do you guys see a new video that is a new countdown or a new video that is about to premiere? Like, I want to hear from you guys. Do you see anything? Dan says, will Carl's death be adapted or will be cut out completely? If so, I'd like to hear who could die. That is That is interesting, Dan. Um, I feel like you might. Okay, so some people might think. I mean, I remember. Okay, so like, okay, I don't think you're gonna have Morgan take that death, and you're not gonna have Michonne or Carol. Um, Honestly, I feel like you're gonna give that death. You know what? I think you're gonna scrap it, or you're just gonna give it to somebody I completely don't even know. Like, oh my gosh. No, you're not gonna give it to Sky. He is too important of a character to get that kind of death. Um, yeah. Oh, Dan says the Alicia Speechless tribute is up. Yes, yes. It is going to count. It is counting down, and yeah, I did the no joke, guys. I was actually going to save it till Wednesday, but if you guys want, I can either upload it now, or like you guys can watch it during the stream and come back, or I can upload it like right after the stream, and you guys we can all enjoy it together. But yeah, it I think it is the song, just everything. It's just perfect for Alicia. I worked on it like last night for several hours, and I love it so much. It perfectly describes Alicia, and honestly, I feel like she's one of those characters that not only deserves a tribute, but like I don't I mean, I'm not going to do this often. I'm not going to do tribute videos for Walking Dead characters often. It's That's not my channel, but I had to make an exception for Alicia, but also like I don't know, this it's perfect. The way I edit it and the way the song goes, yeah. Dan says upload it after the stream would be perfect. Okay, yeah, sounds good. It is only like, let me check out the time. It is only 3 minutes and 26 seconds. So yeah, um, I really hope you guys enjoy it because, I mean, I did work hard on it, but also, so unfortunately, I did have to use some clips, okay, from YouTube. Um, I mean, obviously, yes, I took things from YouTube, but I'm saying like I went to certain channels like Alicia Moments, and you know what I mean, just took certain moments from those compilations and decided to, I just picked the best ones. So like I didn't go through 1,000 Alicia videos and take a little scene from each, but yeah, so just to let you guys know. But also, like, I don't know, I really enjoy doing it. Oh, sorry, Epic. You say, hey Brian, I'm really hoping we get an Avengers style crossover with Fear, the main show, and World Beyond. I want to see Alicia, Morgan, and Daryl interact. Definitely Epic. That I want to see that too. Because I feel like that's where The Walking Dead, it's got to be heading there. By the way, I know we don't care about this, but like, do you guys remember? I don't know why I thought about this, but do you guys remember when HBO, like years ago, they said they were going to do Game of Thrones spin-offs? Like, nobody cares about Game of Thrones anymore, but The Walking Dead, it's crazy how much bigger it has gotten. Like, it's back to the top. I love it so much. And so, like, yeah, as far as Alicia, Morgan, and Daryl, definitely they gotta join the Rick movies or something. I don't know how they're gonna do it. Could Alicia and Morgan be in the Daryl and Carol show? Because I would really like to see that, actually. That would be pretty cool. But then again, it's like, well, why aren't they going to go to Alexandria? Are we going to see Judith in the Daryl Carol show? So I don't know. I am very curious to see what happens. Like, I have a lot of questions, and a lot of them involve the Rick movie because let's be honest, guys. If we're, I don't know if we should keep our finger. I don't know if we should hold our breath for the movies because, oh boy, those movies, they are sure taking their sweet time, aren't they? Okay, so close that. Let's see. Epic says, like, I'm thinking Madison might return because the showrunners and Gimple were talking about her return. Yeah, that's true, but Emily Kinley said that she didn't want to return. So if the actress, look what happened with Sherry and Heath. If the actors don't want to return, you can't force them, sadly, in this situation. And yeah, so that's a bit of an issue. Um, that is an issue, unfortunately. So I don't think she wants to return. Man, what were Ian and Andy thinking? I mean, like, to be fair, like, it was still a good scene. Like, the first half, I don't know why. Okay, so when I was doing the compilation, when I was doing the tribute for Alicia last night, I rewatched certain scenes and certain parts, and I'm thinking, wow, the first half of season 4 was really good. Nick's death, Madison's. If it was Madison's fake death, I still would have loved that first half of the season. But Madison's death just ruined so much of the story because it has Morgan completely take over the show. Let's see. Dan says also the reason why they were shooting at the windows is because they had guards shooting at them, and they have the advantage from the high up, so they had to deal with that immediately. Yeah, that's true. Thank you for explaining that, Dan. Because yeah, I mean, rest in peace to those windows, man. They didn't do anything in the main show, and they got totally killed. I mean, just man, the windows don't grow on trees, you know. I mean, like seriously, yeah. Rick and them, they shot a lot of windows that season. The one by the tree, and the one in the factory, the ones in the factory. So yeah, I mean, just guys, what did those windows ever do to you? You know, just okay. Um. So by the way, who was that guy last time? What was his name? Cade? Somebody said that there was a rumor that they were going to make Daryl bisexual. I still have not heard anything about that, and I assume you guys didn't either. So I'm guessing that guy was just trolling or something, or I don't know, just trying to I don't know, start something, or I don't know. Listen, um, you know, I don't have an issue with gay characters. I have an issue with how they're put into the story and how they're written. That's what I have an issue on. So if you take a character like Daryl who is not, gay, and then just he is gay, then I'm gonna have a problem with it because I'm not gonna like that. But I mean, look at characters like Aaron and Felix; they're amazing characters. So I just wanted to point that out because some people are too far, like they hate gay characters, and some people just don't like how they're written, like me. So yeah. Um, okay, yeah, guys. I kind of want this stream to go an hour and 40 minutes, but if it's just us three, Epic, Dan, and me, if it's just us three guys, I might end it in like an hour and 20 minutes or something. Epic says Alicia is the best Fear character. If she ever dies, fans will definitely be angry. Absolutely, Epic. Fans will have had enough of Fear. I mean, listen, we still have Morgan, yes, but it's not even his show technically. Victor Strand, nobody's watching for Victor. Let's be honest. Daniel, I could see some people watching for him, but he has been underused this half of the season, and definitely no one is watching the show for Charlie. Um, yeah, like it's crazy how Fear. I thought about this at work. Alicia is not even the character in the comics, and literally she is better than like most of the characters from the main show. In my personal opinion, she's better than Rick, than Michonne, than Daryl, than Maggie. You know what I mean? She's better than when I was doing the tribute. I just remember all of that development she had over the seasons, and yeah, it's just absolutely crazy how Alicia has grown. She went from a kind of a shy girl who in season 1 to a like a tough, strong woman, and then she became like dark, and then they had that whole painted tree thing in season 5, but then they had her start to come back again, like still. I mean, okay, yeah, I should continue with the chat, but yeah, Alicia has been great. There's hardly the only time I was kind of getting bored with her character a little bit in season 1 and the second half of season 4, but mostly the second half of season 5, I think. I don't know. But it's a little bit, like even Alicia boring is still better than other characters boring. Dan says if Madison is returning, then I like season 4 a bit more, but we got to think either way. Back then they were planning on killing her and they changed their mind. Yeah, that's true. I don't get it, Dan. If they were going to kill her off 100%, no doubts about it, like then why did they have it be off screen? Like, why do it like that? Imagine if I'm sorry, but killing a character off screen, that doesn't work. It doesn't make sense. I still don't get it. And you say Strand throw up. Yeah, Strand is just really bad. Let's see. Epic says, like, I know we still have Alicia, Daniel, and Strand, but it still doesn't feel like the same show. It definitely doesn't, Epic, absolutely. But here's the thing: if they keep going with this momentum, with villains and character development and the drama, I think it can go on for. We can get a really good season 7. But I think that okay. If I had to guess, I would say season 7 should build up to a Negan antagonist, and then, or maybe the CRM, and then Fear ends, and then somehow it goes into the movies. I don't know. Just have the characters find the Commonwealth or the CRM, just something, because they gotta tie in the CRM somehow again, because we had hardly anything in season 6. Epic says also, yeah, I'm not liking Strand in season 6. He's very similar to season 10 Carol, just being annoying. Yeah, I agree. It's funny. We have the well, at least they kind of redeemed Carol towards the end, but yeah, Strand, it's not really working. Who knows? They might redeem him or something. Let's see. Dan says, I feel like if Madison returns, it would feel more like it. But for once in season 6, Morgan is a great lead. I gotta be honest. Yeah, that's true. Didn't they say it was an ensemble cast? So I don't know. I really feel like they gotta give Alicia more screen time. Because listen, if the actress for Alicia, Alicia Denham Carey, if she says I want more screen time, oh boy, you give her more screen time. Because if you don't, the show ends. I mean, yeah, I mean that's it. And you say season 10 Carol ruined so much. Not the biggest Carol fan anymore, but still don't hate her. Daryl, I'm never gonna hate you. Yeah, that was a good line by Daryl. But man, do people take that out of context? They're just like, oh, that means he loves her. It's like, guys, he not like that. I mean, just stop the shippers. Let's see. Epic says, like, the only time killing a character off screen worked was Morgan's son, him describing what happened and seeing the pain in his eyes. Yeah, it worked for us, Epic, but not for a lot of people because they're like, oh, we didn't see him die. So maybe he's the guy with Maggie. And it's like, oh my goodness. Like, what is with, I don't know, just people in general, just trying to come up with any theories they can. Let's see. Dan says Strand is like Eugene from season 8, but it will turn out the same though. Oh, but will it turn out the same though? I think that I think Strand might die though. I think that they could be setting up his death because we need a big death in season 6. We didn't have any in season 5, and we didn't have any deaths in the second half of season 4. And yeah, I'm talking about the second half of season 4. So I really feel like we might get a big death in Fear. Like, not Daniel, Morgan, Alicia, Dwight, or John Big, but we gotta lose somebody. I mean, come on. We're not gonna lose Charlie, I don't think. We gotta lose either June, the Truckers, or Strand. Or Luciana. I mean, come on. Just, why Luciana? Like, I don't know. She's like the Terra of Fear sometimes. Let's see. Alicia as lead, why not? There's literally no one better. Yeah, that is true. I really I really can't wait for you guys to see the tribute. I mean, I hope you guys enjoy it. And okay, so I actually took scenes from Alicia scenes from season 2, season 3, 4, 5, and 6. Nothing from season 1 because I feel like that was a little unnecessary. But also because of the song, I had to be picky with what I chose, and I just thought about it, and I'm like, you know what? I want shots of Alicia killing things, like people, walkers. I mean, that's what people want to see, but some other things. So yeah, that's what I did, because season 1 doesn't really have that. Dan says Daryl's in love with Carol. Okay, then people, lol. I see them more as brother and sister at this point, honestly. Yeah, me too. It's like, guys, they've known each other for 11 years. It's over. I mean, it never even started. That's the thing. Um, my brother came. Hold on, guys. Dan says, Morgan, can you kill Strand, please? LOL. Yeah. Um, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I can't see Morgan killing Strand. Hmm. I can't see it happening. I don't see how. I don't know how Strands could die, but I don't. I don't see Morgan doing it. Um. Epic says, like, guys, Dwayne Jones is dead. I don't think Morgan would fake seeing his son getting killed by his Walker mom. Yeah, not just that, but like, if Dwayne was still alive, wouldn't he come back and tell his dad, like, hey, dad, I'm alive. You didn't actually see me die. You know what I mean? Dan says June is dead, in my opinion, but I wonder how it would happen. Who knows, man? Maybe there's like a lineup and June's the first one to go, and then John loses it, kind of like a whole Negan, Abraham, and Glenn thing. And you say Lucy is Fierce Scott. LOL. Yes, she definitely, I would say, is probably, the I would say most likely she is the Scott of Fear. Um, yeah, that is pretty bad. You don't want to be a Scott. Nobody wants to be a Scott. Um, Hold on, guys, just doing a little trimming. I'm just kidding. Well, not really. Let's see. Epic says, like me personally, I feel Strand will die this season, and Alicia and Daniel will live till the end. I think so too. I really just cannot see. They can't kill off Daniel because he has been on and off with the show forever. He was in season one, then he was missing for half a season. Wait, was he missing for half a season? Two. Yeah, he was missing for half a season two. I think. Oh, man, I have to think back now. It's been so long. Um, yeah, he's been missing, and then in season three, yeah, we see him in season three, and then he's in a little bit in season three, but then he's completely gone in four, and then five he comes back, but little screen time, and then season six hardly anything. Dan says maybe Alicia would be forced to kill him if he's too far gone. See what I did there? Yes, I definitely see what you did there, Dan. Um, I mean, absolutely, because he's Alicia will probably consider him pretty much dead already, and they're not on the same boat anymore, and just you know, yeah. I'm like, sorry, just it's funny. We can like talk about, we can like uh say sentences and just talk about episodes from the show. Like just put them in our sentences because there's so many. It's a lot of them fit like perfectly. All right. Let's see, guys. How's that countdown doing? I should let's see, maybe I should make a pin. Let's see. I hope. Yeah, my description I said, behold the queen of fear, the walking dead. I mean, yeah, Alicia is the queen. Not Maggie, not Carol, not Michonne. I mean, yeah. All right, let's see. There's got to be something. Um, yeah, guys. Okay, so if you want to do a light stream, just let me know. Um, okay, hold on. Epic says the only reason I see Alicia not killing Strand is because he's her final ties to Morgan. That's true. But what if she still does it? You know what I mean? Like, okay, so this is actually crazy. So you guys remember when I played The Walking Dead season 2, episode 5, when Kenny was trying to kill Jane, I shot Kenny, and it's crazy because Kenny was Clementine's last tie to Lee, but I still did it because one, I didn't trust Kenny anymore, and two, I'll admit I kind of fell for Jane's trap. Uh, I don't know. I didn't think AJ was alive at the time, and I don't know. I think that's something. It makes it really tragic, that the last tie is dead. You know what I mean? Um, but then again, you have Daniel too. But yeah, I see what you're saying. The thing is, though, like, um, I don't know. They gotta kill off somebody. Dan says Daniel leaves in 207, returns in 303. Yeah, I knew he was missing for half a season. Leaves again in 316, returns in 502, leaves. Um, in 504, returns in 508, and has been back ever since. That's a lot, lol. Yeah, not really. It's crazy how season 5 is his like longest time on the show, and it's like the worst season, you know. Epic says, "Man, imagine if Travis was still alive. Wonder what he'd be like." Definitely Epic. Travis would be amazing if he was still alive. He would be a beast. I just know it. Dan says Kenny was out of control, in my opinion. Yeah, I thought so too. I was just scared of him. I'm like, Kenny, you're erratic. You're angry all the time. We can't have that in the group. And like, I didn't want to kill him. I just wanted to stop him, or maybe injure him, but it killed him. And Dan says Travis has a horrible death. He was one of my favorites. Yeah, and correct me if I'm wrong, Dan, but didn't they kill him off because the actor is an Avatar? And still, where is that movie? I'm sorry, like, this is why I would not kill off actors who are doing different shows or different movies, because you don't know how long it's going to go on. You know what I mean? Like, I would get them to sign contracts first off when they join The Walking Dead that say, you can't do another movie or show at during this time. You know what I mean? Like at the exact same time. Like Walking Dead comes first. I don't know. I would try to get actors to sign contracts like that, but then again, I would try to write it in a way that makes sense. Like what happened with Sasha. I mean, just make it work. Like less screen time, that's fine. Just film her scenes out of order and then sprinkle them throughout the season. I don't know. Like there's ways to make it work. So they should have kept Travis in season 3, and they should have filmed his scenes out of order. Dan says Avatar, the ghost version. Like seriously, where is it? Yeah, like they said it was Avatar 2, right? So like, where is that movie? What is taking so long? It has been okay. First off, it's almost 11 years now since that movie came out. Like, what is taking so long? I'm sorry, but it's like, I don't know. Talk about a big mistake killing off, your main character basically, because he's going to be in a movie, and that movie is still not out. Like, Travis, okay, first off, Travis died 3-4 years ago, and that movie is still not out. What is going on? Epic says that's my only problem with season 3 is Travis. He was such an amazing character and had so much potential, yet they kill him so fast. Definitely. Dan says poor Sasha, her death was horrible for the kind of character she was. Yeah, it was, Dan. I mean, I remember you say you liked... Okay, I know you liked the season 7 finale, but I would say... but I'm glad you also agree with me that the death just doesn't work. Sasha is supposed to be a strong, character, and her going out like that, it doesn't work at all. And also, I mean, she was the sniper of the group. Why kill her off before All Out War, where she was gonna get the Andrea moments where she snipes saviors? I mean, why get rid of that? Why all of that? Just a waste. Oh wow, guys. So it's crazy. So next live stream is gonna be the 50th live stream. So yeah, that is absolutely crazy. So I don't know if I don't know. I would like to do something special, but I don't know what. Maybe we can come up with ideas for the 50th live stream, like a spectacular or something. But I don't know. Because yeah, I mean, I've been doing live streams once a week for the past year, and we're almost at 50. I mean, we pretty much are. Dan says I would actually watch the Avatar movie if Cliff was in it. Yeah, me too. I would watch the movie if it came out, like just came out. Oh, you know what would stink, Dan? Imagine we have to wait 7 more years for the Rick movies. Like, it's the next Avatar movie. Because, like, let's be honest, like, people had to wait 10 years for the Avatar movie, for the sequel, and the Rick movies, we have waited 2 years now. It's bad. Epic says, I hated season 7, and I hated that finale, and Sasha's death was such a mess. It was, Epic, it was. It just didn't work. Like, first off, season 7 killed off too many characters. So with Fear, season 3, they killed off too many characters, but at least it wasn't ball off episodes. But season 7 had ball off episodes and horrible deaths. So, like, it was just so bad. That's why season 7 is the worst season. But Fear season 3 was still good, even though it had bad deaths. Um, I don't know. Maybe I can do like a rewrite or something in the future. Dan says, "Don't worry, Brian. Sasha is attacking the outpost with everyone, so that's a lot better than that stupid death." LOL. Uh, yeah, that's awesome, Dan. Thanks for telling me. I mean, I should have figured that because, yeah, Tara has now been captured and Sasha did not have the coffin thing. So, yeah, I mean, I cannot wait to see what you do with her because, like, yeah, she's supposed to be the Andrea, that part, but Michonne's supposed to be the Andrea as far as in a relationship with Rick. That's how they established the characters, and now they're just like, well, let's get rid of her before her biggest arc, and starts. Just like what they did with Carl. It's like, why? And I don't know. Yes, she was doing a different show, but I don't think it was like I don't think she was like crazy in it or like she was a main character. Epic says Sasha, her death was so rushed and forced. Yeah, like Sasha's supposed to be the smart one in the group. Yes, at times emotional, but she knew. I don't know. She knew that they were gonna attack the Saviors. Why would she join Rosita on like a suicide mission? That just didn't seem her style. Sasha was never in the military like Rosita, so I don't know. It just did not work. I don't know. It felt so off. And Dan says, never mind the Rick movie. We want Avatar. Oh, Dan, I'm going to tell Andrew Lincoln you said that. um, yeah, honestly, I couldn't care less about the Avatar movie, but the Rick movies, I want to know where he's been 7 years. I mean, 7 years. He has so much child support to pay. It's not even funny. Dan says, Michonne has Rick. Sasha is the sniper. Sounds perfect in my opinion. It did. It really did. But then they just got rid of it. And you say Rosita got her killed in my eyes. She definitely got Olivia killed. As far as Sasha, I don't know. It felt so off. They were going to go there to kill Negan. Sasha had somewhat of a decent shot. And she still hesitated. She didn't do it. And then they decided, all right, let's sneak in and kill Negan. This is a terrible idea. Do you have any idea how many saviors there are in? You guys are not ninjas, okay? Like, you can't just sneak in the Negan's factory and just kill Negan himself. He's going to be on the top floor, and there's like 1,000 saviors in the factory. I mean, come on. Like, their plan was stupid, but at least the plan of sniping Negan from the outside the factory, that worked. That made sense. In my personal opinion, that completely made sense. But going inside the factory, what are you thinking? You cannot do a 2-woman operation to kill Negan inside the factory. You have to do it from the outside. That's your best chance. And you say, like you said, the child support is an issue. Michonne is so mad that she's coming for him. Absolutely, Dan. Absolutely. And you know what's crazy? They said that Michonne's group is not the same. The Pioneer group Michonne met in her last episode is not the same one that Will, Felix's boyfriend, was a part of. They said Gimple said they're different groups, so now I'm thinking, okay, like, so who are these pioneers that Michonne met? Is it Virginia's group? Years later? Epic says, what was Gimple thinking? It's just like Ian and Andy with Tom's selfie death. That's how bad Sasha's death is. It is, absolutely. Yeah, oh man, the Tom selfie death. Man, it's been 2 years. Wait, 2 years? No, it's been like a year and a half, and we still cannot get over that dreadful death. Dan says Sasha did not feel like Sasha in 714. Made no sense. Yeah, it didn't. Sasha was emotional, yes, but she had Maggie and Paul. She had her friends. It was pretty clear that Sasha, she grew a connection with Maggie, kind of like a best friend thing, because they both lost their significant other and a very close person in their lives again. So the fact that Sasha is just like, yeah, let's go. I'm not going to tell Maggie where I went. Like, that just doesn't make sense. Like, she was with Maggie at the hilltop for weeks, like, after their losses. I mean, just, what? That made no sense. And like literally Sasha's a sniper. She goes inside with a suppressed pistol and she's gonna kill all the saviors she can. She won't even get close to Negan. Did they not even think about this? I'm sorry. Why? Why did they do that? Honestly, if I could pay money to have Dan's version be the canon, I would. I would do it so bad. Epic says, I'm just hoping to God that The Walking Dead gets a better ending than Game of Thrones got. Absolutely, Epic. I agree. I mentioned this earlier. No one is talking about Game of Thrones anymore. No one cares about the spin-offs. Everyone hates the show. Everyone hates the games, and rightly so. I mean, I don't know how they're going to end The Walking Dead, how they're going to end the shows, the movies, if the movies are going to come out. I don't know. But I will say that at least The Walking Dead is doing great. World Beyond did a lot better than I thought it was going to. Fear is doing better, even though I thought it was going to be pretty bad this year. And The Walking Dead main show, like, it's still doing pretty good. So, honestly, I love this part of The Walking Dead. We're getting so much good stuff. I love this. Because, yeah, years ago, it was so hard for Walking Dead fans. Dan says, imagine if it's Virginia's group after all these years, but the twist is Morgan is the leader and he helps her find Rick. Be a cool way to rise questions. Definitely, Dan. See, this is why they have to end Fear the Walking Dead at some point. Because the next time we see Michonne, if Morgan and Alicia are part of that group, they have to maybe end Fear. They probably have to end Fear somehow and then have it tie into the movies. Just something like that. Dan says, Game of Thrones? Oh, yeah, that show. Yeah, I know. It's so funny, Dan, because, like, just nobody talks about it. After that last episode, fans were just so mad. I mean, like, everyone is doing... It's kind of like The Last of Us for a TV show. Last of Us 2 in the TV show version. Because, like, everyone just hated what they did with the characters for the most part. And the final episodes and seasons, oh, man, they were so bad. And it's crazy. They could have ended one of the best shows of all time, but instead they took one of the best shows. And even though Ian and Andy were not the writers, they might as well have been because, yeah, that ending was so bad. I mean, I know people who regret seeing the show entirely because of that, how they ended it. Like, that's how bad it was. Okay, I should start writing a pin. What should I write? I should write something in the comments of the tribute. Wait, hold on. When is it premiering? It's starting 52 minutes. Oh, man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for you guys to watch the tribute I made for Alicia. I really hope you guys enjoy it because, yeah, the song, man, it's just perfect. Dan says that finale was great of the main show. I was so happy with it, but come on, guys. Learn from World Beyond before you write fight scenes. Yes, I said the words. Learn from World Beyond, LOL. Yeah, that's true. Wait, what finale are you talking about exactly? Are you talking about season 7 or season 8? Epic says, yeah, AMC definitely cares more about The Walking Dead than HBO did for Game of Thrones. HBO didn't care about Game of Thrones in the end. Yeah, that's true, Epic. It was so sad. Game of Thrones was their biggest cash cow. It was their moneymaker. It was their Daryl Dixon or their Walking Dead. And they wanted to end it so bad because they're like, we want to do a Star... No, did they want to do Star Wars? No. They wanted to do a Civil War show or something. They just wanted something new and fresh to do. And they wanted to do it so bad. They rushed the ending and they completely skipped the characters' motivations, development. That's why they had Daenerys go crazy all of a sudden. And yeah, we're talking about Game of Thrones too much. But yeah, like, it was so rushed. That's what I don't want to happen to The Walking Dead, all the shows, because, yeah, just don't rush it. If you guys don't want to write anymore, let the fans write the ending, you know? Like, literally, if a show takes the fans' ideas, just to figure out how they should end it, like, I'll take that. That would be good. Oh, let's see. Dan says, Ian and Andrew were the ghostwriters of season 8 of Game of Thrones. LOL. Yeah, they probably were. And you say I was talking about 1016. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sorry, Dan. I should have known that's what you were talking about. It's just the fight scene was so small. It wasn't even a fight. Beta slams Negan into the ground, and then Daryl comes in and stabs him in the face. I mean, like, that was the whole fight scene. I mean, the finale was not bad. It was still a great episode. But yeah, I mean, as far as disappointing fights, it's definitely up there. That was one of the most disappointing fights from the comic into the show. It's kind of like season 8 with Rick versus Negan, when they were fighting by the tree. Man, talk about a disappointing fight. In the comic, they were really punching each other, and Negan even broke Rick's leg. But in the show, oh my gosh, in the show, they were just playing tag around the tree, and then Rick used his own son's death to have Negan be on guard. I mean, come on, just that just makes me sick to my stomach. Epic says, like, that's why you gotta love AMC. Look at all the stuff they're doing with the Walking Dead license, unlike HBO did. Absolutely. That's what That's what HBO should have done. They should have done Game of Thrones. They should have done a spin-off of Game of Thrones, like Fear, but had to be in a different story, different characters or something. You know what I mean? They should have worked. They should have built it up. You know what I mean? Like, and got different writers if they had to. Ones that were good with the fans. Dan says, if I can compliment it, when Negan gets Beta's attention in music, the use was great, but seriously, the music was better than the fight itself. LOL. Yeah, I agree, Dan. Absolutely. Yeah, the way Negan was like whispering, hey, the calls him the A word. It's like all in the music, just that dun dun like sound. Like, that was awesome. That was awesome. I love that. I got chills. But then you had Beta charging, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna get the fight, and then he just slams Negan down. I'm like, wait, what? That's it? Like, and then Negan, not Negan, Beta, Daryl comes in. Honestly, who can tell anymore? All these guys are just, who am I kidding? Okay, yeah, Daryl comes in, cuts Beta, and then stabs him in the eyes. I mean, just, that was good. The death was good, but they should have had Daryl do that at the end of the fight. Epic says, hey, Brian, overall, how do you feel about AMC making The Walking Dead TV universe bigger than the comics now? I will say, Epic, that I do like it. Now, here's the thing, though. They have done it in very wrong ways, I will say. So, okay, so with the whole Jadis and the Junkyard group, that was the wrong way to do it. Like the whole helicopter CRM, they didn't do that right. That they should not have done it like that. Yeah, season 7 with the whole Junkyard group, CRM, they could have done it a better way. Fear should not have gotten rid of Madison, but the CRM stuff, that was good. They definitely should have done Fear the Walking Dead, because without Fear, we would have never had Alicia, one of the best characters in the franchise. I mean, seriously. And the comics, let's be honest, the comics have so many mistakes too. Charlie Adler, he draws Rick's right hand in certain issues, but let's talk about the big issue with the comics. We never really flesh out every single character, or at least get a good idea of who they are. Characters just constantly disappear. There's like hardly anyone interesting in the comics, because Kurtman has been killing off characters, but then he's been introducing characters, but then not using them. So yeah, it's been kind of boring with that. But I like it, Epic. I just think that they could have done it a better way. But I'm glad how it's going now. Dan says, spin-off of Game of Thrones. Fans, okay, if I have to. Yeah, Dan, I mean, like, spin-off when, back in season 5 to 6, when, imagine if they did a spin-off of Game of Thrones during that time, and then it would have been like, oh, okay, that's a good idea, Or they could have done a sequel series after the main show, like, and ended a better way, just, I don't know, it's just an idea. Dan says, the TV universe is honestly getting so exciting right now. If only the movies had a release date, the universe would go crazy in a good way. I agree, Dan. Yeah, if only we can get those darn movies in. I mean, Gimple, please, I don't know if he's writing them still. I mean, but like, dude, you gotta pick up the pace, man. Production, everything, you gotta start it now. Because fans are getting impatient. Epic says, like The Walking Dead, comics universe feels smaller and more compact. It kind of does, Epic. I agree. So, with the comics, they introduce so many characters, but then Kurtman just doesn't bring them back. But the show, they have characters leave and then go into a spin-off. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But I will say that we have gotten some really good characters. Hope and Felix from World Beyond are pretty good characters. And Alicia, I mean, she is goddess level. Like, she's better than Carol, Michonne, Maggie. uh, Rick, Daryl, in my personal opinion. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just crazy. We had some character. Nick was really good too. Daniel is a really good character. So much potential. I wish they got to use him more, but still, amazing character. Yeah, and Morgan, how they're doing him with Fear, like with Fear the Walking Dead, we've had the best Morgan in Fear instead of the main show. Like that's crazy. Um, I don't know. So what should I? Would you guys say the stream is mostly Fear? Um, Dan says, yeah, the comics universe is so small. It's so small that they're releasing it in deluxe version. I mean, that's exciting. Not, it's expensive. It's expensive. I bet, Dan, because honestly, I keep forgetting about the releases, but also I just don't have the money for them. Honestly, the deluxe issues, I just can't do it anymore. I wish I could, but I can't go to a comic store. I work full time. I am part of a youth committee at church. I'm trying to go back to school. I'm doing videos. I'm also trying to help other people with their channels. And I'm also still trying to part time write The Walking Dead Extinction. So, yeah, guys, I have like no time to relax. Yeah, no joke. How long have we been streaming? We have been going on for, wow, almost an hour now. Yeah, guys, hey guys, let me know if you're okay with a light stream today. Like an hour and 20 minutes instead of an hour and 40 minutes. Let me know if you guys are okay with that, because there's only the three of us, so we might not be able to make it too long. But I will say, thank God there are no trolls right now, because I love that. No trolls makes me happy. You know, really happy. Okay, Epic says, like, it makes sense for AMC to take the Walking Dead comics and expand it into the show. Definitely Epic. Like I said, though, they sometimes go too far. Jade is in the Junkyard group, the CRM. Not the best way to do it. But World Beyond, it could have been definitely, it could definitely could have been better. Now Fear could have been better at the beginning, but now it's really good. So yeah. Dan says, I might stop reviewing the deluxe comics. Would you guys mind? Because I'm losing interest, to be honest. I'd rather just focus on the quality stuff like the TV universe at this point. Yeah, Dan, I would actually prefer it if, listen, if you just say, like, the deluxe reviews are draining you and you just find the show stuff more exciting, just by all means. Um, you don't have to do a deluxe every month. You can do one every 2 months, every 3 months, or maybe at the very end of the, not end of the year, because it's already end of the year. Maybe like after 6 months, you could just take the issues, all the issues you got, and just, you know what I mean, just talk about them, because like it doesn't have to be every month. Because yeah, the deluxe issues are just, I don't know, they're just so, they're such a cash cow. I'm sorry, they're a cash cow. I mean, you could uh an Alicia Funko Pop is not a cash cow, but doing deluxe issues every month, yeah, that's a cash cow. Um so yeah, Dan, whatever you feel like, but I would say that might work, because I don't think a lot of people seem interested in the deluxe comics, because they're just in color. Don't get me wrong, it's still great, but I mean, the way Kerman's doing it once a month, I mean, that's gonna take forever, you know. Epic says, I meant expanding the universe. Um, Wait, for the AMC expanding the show. Yeah, there's a limit though to expanding the comics epic. Sometimes they expand it too much. So yeah, that's why they need to stick with the comics for the most part. But they have done a really good job expanding the comics. And you say Kermit ending the comics when he did was kind of a bad idea, because now people don't care about the comics anymore. That is true, Epic. I will admit that. Um, Kurtman doing every issue in color, can't he just do them in a pack? You know what I mean? Like, can't he just have like like, can't comic book stores have a deal where they say, buy 50 issues all in color, for um $50? You know what I mean? Just like deals like that. Just instead of like $4 an issue, that's like $200 right there. Just I don't know. As far as like the comics ending, yeah, I agree, Epic. People just don't have the money to buy the comics in color. They have the original comics in black and white, so like, yeah, maybe getting the color would be kind of cruel, but cool, not cruel. But it doesn't seem worth it for a lot of people. Dan says the AMC, The Walking Dead in theater would help the popularity so much. Get to it, Gimple. Yeah, although Dan, movie theaters now are like so dead. They are more dead than Terminus. You know what I mean? Just like with the whole quarantine. But I will say that I definitely think that well, they're gonna probably have the movies on AMC premiere. But yeah, I definitely think they need to start with the movies. Just um it's funny. Fans have literally written their own Walking Dead Rick movie, and it's like, Gimple, just take some ideas from them and just put in the movie. Like, if it's good, fans will accept it. Just because if it's bad, oh, fans are not going to accept it. Dan, you say, yeah, I'm still getting some views on deluxe videos, but in my opinion, like you said, it's just for money. Yeah, that kind of, yeah, it's true, Dan. It kind of stinks because, like, I mean, I don't know. Like, we wanted The Walking Dead in color, and we're finally getting it, but there just isn't an interest anymore. Like, I feel like the comics have been going downhill since Kirkman ended it. Because let's be honest, Negan Lives was not good. I did not like Negan Lives. Let's see. Epic says, like he promised, there would be an issue 200, but he lied and ended it so early. Exactly, Epic. Not just that. Kirkman promised we would get to see Oceanside, more of the kingdom. He also said we were going to get a Paul Monroe / Jesus backstory, and we never got that. We never got it. He said Clementine will never be in the comics. He said The Walking Dead will never be in color, and Negan will never get free from a cell. And yeah, all of those were lies. And let's see. Dan says, I've got all the volumes of the comics. I even have the compendiums and half of the issues in black and white. I think that's a lot. It is a lot, Dan. I have like 170 of the black and white issues. I have like 20 variants. And I have the first compendium in all the volumes. I have some of the main action figures and from both the comic and the show. So, like, I have a Glenn and Negan from both the comic and the show. Yeah. So that's also a lot. Honestly, if things get bad, I might have to sell my collection. We'll see. Epic says, like, I saw 3 episodes of The Walking Dead Extinction. It was awesome. Oh, thank you so much, Epic. I appreciate that. Yeah, episode 3, the first 3 episodes are like, whoa. Yeah, and you say I was kind of shocked you killed Ben's dad like that. Oh, wow. Yeah, Epic, if you have any questions for me, just leave comments in the videos, and I'll respond. But yeah, definitely, honestly, I kill off Benjamin's dad because I think it just develops him as a character, and it really lets him, I guess, become a man in the story. And also, it was unexpected. But yeah, I'm glad you really liked it. Let's see. Dan says, "Keep going, Epic. It gets even better as it goes." Thank you, Dan. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, I am still, man, I am still taking forever. I'm writing season 2 still, and I started production on the premiere. So season 2 is gonna hopefully have 8 episodes, but it's taking forever. I got so many characters, and man, it's tough. Although I think you guys will, I shouldn't say it, but I think you guys will like what I do in season 2. But yeah, it's just it's taking forever for me to write season 2. But I mean, like, we still got time. I still got time. I said it was gonna come out in the spring, so of next year. So I still got time. But yeah, I need to get a move on. Yeah, Epic. If you think it's crazy now, the last 3 episodes of season 1, they're gonna blow your mind. What I do with Benjamin, it's insane. Honestly, like, he is not like any other character that you have seen or read in the Walking Dead franchise. I think what I do with his character, I don't think you're ever gonna like. I think you're gonna be like, whoa, this has never happened to a character before. Dan said, "Oh, yeah," and you say, "I love the comics, but it's more dead than Terminus," as Brian said. LOL. Yeah, that's true. Epic says, "Also, Brian, what happened to Brandon, Ben's friend? He just disappeared." Um, yeah. So, Epic. What happened is that when they were on the when Brandon and his family were on the highway, um, there was a gas truck that ignited and exploded, and his fate is left unknown. So I might, who knows, I might reveal what happened to him, or I might not. But yeah, yeah, I think so. Thanks for remembering, because nobody, nope. Thank you for asking that, Epic, because nobody asked what happened to Brandon. They were just like, "Whoa, you killed Benjamin's dad, like the main character's dad in the first episode." Like, and it's just like, well, yeah, I did, but like, is that all you guys want to talk about in the episode? Like, I'm just kidding. But yes, Brandon's fate is left unknown, and I might reveal what happened to him at another point in the story, or I might not. It's really up to you guys. Dan says the season 1 finale was absolutely incredible. Um, yeah, it was. I got chills writing it. I was just thinking, I'm like, am I writing this right? Like, or am I just right? Or am I gonna scare people? You know? And if I was scaring people, I'm like, okay, good. I'm doing it right then. And Dan says, "Oh no, we have another Morales." Um. Okay, Dan. It's not going to be as bad as Morales, I would say, Dan. Um. But at least I hope not. I hope I don't do it as bad as Morales. But like I said, I might at some point in the series go back to what happened with Brandon and reveal what happened to him. But yeah, so like what happened was on the highway, a truck, a gas truck, somewhere ahead of them exploded, and their fate is left unknown. And their car door was open, so Brandon's phone was dropped, and we don't know what happened to him. Like maybe he dropped it, or maybe he died. It's left unknown. So um, I don't really want to say right now. Uh, for the future. But yeah, um, don't worry. So yeah, Dan, do not worry. It will not be as bad as Morales. I will not. I promise this. I will not have Brandon return, point a gun at Benjamin, and be like, it's like it's you, uh, and then Benjamin tries to convince Brandon that the guy he's working with is bad, and then Brandon's like, no, I'm with him now, and then Carla or John kill him from behind, and they go like, he doesn't matter or something like that. I promise it will not happen like that. I will not do that. I promise you, Dan. Don't worry. And Dan says Brandon will return, but it won't matter, not one bit. LOL. Oh, that's hurtful, Dan. I'm not Gimple. I am not Gimple. I will not. I will not do it that bad. Um. Yeah. Um. But yeah. Yeah. Epic. If you have any questions about the other characters, just let me know. Cause I really like the characters that I've written in season 1. But man, I really like the characters I have in season 2. I cannot wait for you guys to see the main characters in season 2. They are gonna be awesome. Absolutely. Let's see. How long have we been going on with the live stream? Oh boy. Yeah. Okay. So, are you guys? Yeah, guys, it's kind of slowing a bit now. Do you guys want to pick this up again later, or not later? I'm sorry. Um. Dan says also Carla is a character I'm excited to see more of. Um. Oh. Yeah. So Carla, I will say we will have. It will be interesting. What I do with her in what happens in season 2, Dan. Um here's the thing, because there's multiple characters, some characters might have to be put into the background a little bit more, but they're not going to disappear like Scott. I will say that. But I would say Carla is going to be. We're going to find out some new stuff about her and what kind of character she is. We're gonna see where season one left her and what the group means to her, like family. Yeah. And Epic says, I was expecting Ben's mom to be found dead, but I was shocked that she lived. Yes, Epic. So I wanted to kind of like have you guys think like, oh no, John's gonna find her dead. But that's a cliche, and I hate cliches. So him finding her alive actually, so it's important to the story, and it also gives a crazy amount of trust for John, with Benjamin for John, because he brought his mother back after he just lost his father, and it helps establish those two and their relationship. And yeah, so yeah, John is very important to Benjamin, and so is Carla and his mother. But yeah, so Martha, I know that's her name, Martha. She will be important in the next 3 episodes of season 1. And Epic says, hey, is your story set in the Walking Dead TV universe or in the comics universe? The TV universe, Epic. Originally, it was in the comic universe, but I changed it and had it be in the TV universe. Definitely. And Dan says, they won't disappear like Scott. Why? It's such a great idea. No, Dan, I cannot do that to Carla. Or, okay, I'll be honest. I don't think I can do that to any character. That's just brutal. Making a character Scott, I mean, that's just terrible. Dan says, I think it's in the TV universe. It is, Dan. Yeah, it is. So if any of you guys, I'm just saying, like, in the future, if you guys say something like, are there going to be any crossover characters? Guys, don't hold your breath, because, like, I wouldn't know where to begin with crossing over characters, and there's just no way I could do it. Not unless AMC helps me out here. You know what I mean? Like, they have Alicia go away from the story for a few months or something, and then come back. I don't know. Just there's not much I can do. Epic says, by the way, well done with the music and Extinction. Terry, his death was sad, especially with the music. Thank you, Epic. Yeah. You also called him by his name. Appreciate that. You are glad you're paying attention, Epic. Thank you. So yeah, for Terry's death, yeah, it was sad. I wanted to make it sad because, like, this was his father. Benjamin lost his father. Like, I wanted it to be really sad. And it just being, I didn't want to have them just run away. I wanted it to be an emotional scene. Like, Benjamin just feels like he's in a nightmare. Like, this cannot be real. But Benjamin is he's a very strong character, so he kind of takes his father's death pretty well, but still it does chip away at him. So yeah, so thanks, Epic. I appreciate that. Dan says, too bad Rick can't come in Extinction. I feel like that's more possible at this point than seeing him in the movies. LOL. Yeah. I don't know, Dan. I would have to do like a big time skip, because the characters in Extinction, they're at the very beginning of the apocalypse, and season 2, there might be a time skip, but it's not going to be like 10 years. I will say that. It's definitely not going to be 10 years. That is way too big of a time skip. But yeah, I would love to do crossovers, but there's just no way. There's no way I can do a crossover in Extinction. At least not at this point. It just wouldn't work. But man, like, it would be a dream to do an Alicia crossover. It would be amazing. Can you guys imagine that? That would be awesome. Epic says, Terry, his death gave me flashbacks to Lee and Clem's final scene. Oh yeah, Epic. I can't imagine. I didn't think about that, Epic, but yeah, I mean, just Lee and Clementine's final scene. Just the way I kind of wrote it too, where Benjamin is carrying his father, and he is still trying, but he's just not there. Like, and he lays him down, and he's just not responding. It just, he didn't even get to say goodbye. Benjamin did not even get to say goodbye to his father. You know what I mean? And that, that's the reality of it. You don't always get to say goodbye to someone you love. Clementine did, but some characters don't. It's just a hard, reality of the world they live in. Um, yeah. So, um, let's see. Um, okay, okay. Let's think. There's got to be. You know what? I really should write that comment in. But yeah, I'm kind of epic. There's going to be more sad scenes in Extinction. I will promise you that. If you think Terry's death is sad, oh my goodness, I got lots of sad scenes coming in Extinction. The rest of season 1, season 2. Oh my gosh, I'm writing season 2, and you guys are going to feel so bad for the characters. Um, Dan says, yeah, you can't do crossovers if you don't have control over the actors, lol. But if you had to, who would you cross over? Ooh, that is, oh, dang it, Dan. That is a great question. Here's the thing. If I could, there are limits because, um, so like, for what I have planned in season 2, uh, I don't think there's any characters in Fear that can cross over. No characters in Fear, I don't think. As much as I would love, okay, as much as I would love Alicia to cross over into Extinction, because let's be honest, it would be amazing. There's just no way it could happen because Alicia, we've seen her whole journey, so it just would not work. Um, the characters in the main show, there's pretty much no one because Morgan has been in the town and then he's been in Virginia this whole time, and then with the Fear group. Um, oh, Epic says, oh wait. Dan says Terry's death is sad. Get ready then, Epic. Yes, I know. Oh man, I don't think he's prepared for what's gonna happen. Um, Epic says I think Benjamin is my favorite in Extinction. That's awesome, Epic. I'm glad. Uh, yeah, I mean he's the main character. I kind of feel like he should be. It makes the most sense. Like the way I wrote Benjamin is just he's a young guy, fairly tall. He's a lot stronger and tougher than most people give him credit for. And the apocalypse just helped him change. He helped, kind of like Alicia, he just became such an adapted survivor. Like he was born for the apocalypse. Like he's a great shot, stronger than he looks. He's a great hand-to-hand fighter, but he does have some flaws. And I will eventually get into those. You'll start seeing them. But yeah, I mean, let's just say like, man, you do not want to mess with Benjamin as a character, as a survivor. I'm trying to show you guys. Well, I guess I'm trying to show you why that is the case because yeah, you do not want to mess with him. You will regret it. Absolutely. Okay, I should really write in that Alicia comment. So, you guys can keep typing. Um, let's see, pin. Dan says Alicia is built for this world. Yes, she is. Like, that's the kind of character you want in a Walking Dead story. You just want a character that really grows and develops. They become something more than they were before. And that's kind of how Benjamin is and Alicia as well. They become so much better. Other characters too, like Morgan and Epic says also I'm hoping Cian, or I guess Sean, is a Clem and we will get to see him grow and evolve. Interesting, Epic. We might see that. We might see that. We might. It's possible. Um, we might see that. Because yeah, it's crazy. So, Cian or Sean, I guess, whichever. He's only 11 years old, but he's a lot smarter than he looks, and he's pretty mature for a kid, I would say. So I would say that, yeah, every character I introduce kind of has a purpose in the story, and you will see what I do with that. Okay, so for the Alicia tribute, guys, it's literally only 20 minutes away, and I don't know. I wonder if this video, like, if you guys say that the Alicia tribute is gonna make you speechless, because it's funny because that's the name of the song. Um, I don't know. It just would be absolutely funny. But yeah, um, I will say Epic that wait. I will say Epic that yeah. You will get to see Scene or Sean, as he uh in season one. You might be surprised what I do with him. What happens after, or if there's an after. Um, but yeah, I will say that he's a pretty interesting character. Let's see. Dan says, I feel like Morgan is a character that could have the perfect tribute, honestly. He has so many amazing lines and scenes. Yeah, that's true. The thing is, though, for the Alicia tribute, there are no lines whatsoever. It is just full on music with Alicia, the scenes that I took. So, Epic says, hey, Brian, you plan to make a tribute for Daniel or Strand? Definitely not Strand. For Daniel, I would do a Daniel one over Strand, but we still have not gotten enough of Daniel, personally, in my opinion. But Alicia, like, we have gotten so much Alicia and Fear. It's crazy, guys. Like, we almost have had more Alicia than Glenn from the main show. You know what I mean? In terms of screen time. And also, the reason I'm doing an Alicia one is nobody did a tribute like this, in my personal opinion. And I think it's the perfect song for her. But also, Alicia is just that great of a character. I just had to do a tribute. But I don't know if I want to make this a regular thing. So we'll see. Dan says Alicia is the best character for a tribute, though, that's for sure. Yeah, exactly, Dan. If I'm going to do tributes, it's got to be an amazing character. And, like, I mean amazing character. Please don't say, like, do one on Rick, do one on Daryl. There are so many Daryl and Rick tributes. Yes, there's plenty of Alicia's, but I don't know. I feel like mine is a little different, but also Alicia is just that great, you know? Like, could I do one on Clementine or Glenn? Maybe, because they're like the top three characters. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's why I would do it. Like, yeah, so they have to be an amazing character, in my personal opinion, like in my top 5 or so. Epic says Alicia is the queen and the icon. She definitely is, Epic. Dan says, I get why Alicia has gotten a tribute because there's so many scenes to work with. Exactly. The Walking Dead Heart had trouble doing the Ken tribute. And yeah, like, you can't do a tribute for a character that is not, has not been in too many scenes in the series, or, yeah, a character that just hasn't had a whole lot of screen time, or is just not that interesting. Strand is not an interesting character. He isn't. Epic says Alicia is on the same level as Clementine. She definitely is. I personally, since we got to see Clementine's story end, like, I think Clementine is a bigger character than Alicia, but Alicia is, like, really close. You know what I mean? And Dan says, I agree. Mostly Daryl has had way too many tributes. It's out of control. LOL. Yeah. Also, don't get me wrong. I really enjoy Daryl, but I enjoy Alicia just way more. Her growth and her change. And let's be honest, guys, she changes her look. That is why Alicia is such a great character too. She changes with the world and her character. She goes through changes. But Daryl, he goes through changes on the inside somewhat, but never changes on the outside. And it's like, oh, come on. Epic says, I'm a huge Clementine fan. I adore that character so much. Me too, Epic. I would consider doing a tribute for her, maybe in the future, maybe next year. Who knows? But I just had to do an Alicia one. You know, I started to work on it, and I just love the song so much. I'm like, this fits Alicia so much, so that's why I decided to do it. Hold on, guys. Just typing a little bit. Hold on, I still want to see the chat. No, I gotta thank you guys. Dan says, I'm actually a bigger Alicia fan than Clementine. I just enjoy her character more. I know it's crazy, LOL. Yeah. I don't know, Dan. I guess like I've enjoyed. I guess like um, Clementine has not had bad writing as much as Alicia sometimes, but also Clementine, we got to see her story end, so that's also why I really enjoy her. Epic says, yeah, Alicia was also a teen when we first met her, and we got to see her age. That's true. We got to see her grow into just a way more, even more beautiful woman. But Clementine was literally a little kid and then became a teenager or kind of like a young adult. So that's a lot of change too. So I don't know. We got to see Clementine's story end. It's really tough because I grew up with Clementine's story. You know, I just loved it so much. Let's see. Thank you for today. I didn't do that right. Uh, okay. Dang it. Yeah, guys, it's almost 10 o'clock. We really have to end the stream really soon. Dan says if we can end Fear with Alicia, I'll be beyond happy with that. Yeah, if they end Fear the Walking Dead, if they end Alicia's story in a satisfying way, I might put her above Clementine as far as my list. But the video games were my childhood, and um, just the way we play as Clementine, you know what I mean? She was our daughter, kind of. For Alicia, we just kind of had, let's be honest, we had a crush on her. Still do. It's just that how they wrote Alicia in the second half of season 4 and the second half of season 5, not the best. And Alicia has been underused in season 6, but still, she's great. Epic says that's why I love so much. But The Walking Dead, seeing characters age and evolve, definitely. Except Daryl, he doesn't. I mean, he guess he's aging, but it's kind of hard to tell and evolving. If you're talking about Daryl's hair, I mean, yeah, that's evolving. It's like Daryl, get a haircut. You know what? Forget it. Get a shower. That's more important. Don't get me wrong. I still really enjoy Daryl, but man, can the guy please change his look? Just please. Um, I you and hold on. Enjoy the. Okay, Dan says we had a crush on her, still do much better. LO. Yeah, I know. I just wanted to make that joke where it's like it's just funny. Like in school, some people might be like, "Do you have a crush on this person?" And it's like, "Oh, I used to." But for Alicia, it's like, we've had it for 6 years. We, you know, that doesn't go away. It really doesn't. It's crazy. Um, let's see. How long has this been going? Yeah, guys. We really have to end the stream real soon. Okay, you know what, guys. I need to do a few things before the Alicia tribute. So I really have to end the stream in the next few minutes. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, I got to do something before we start the Alicia tribute. Epic says, but yeah, I'm a Walking Dead fan for life. This is my all-time favorite franchise. Absolutely, Epic. It's better than so many other franchises out there. Star Wars, Game of Thrones. I mean, yeah, I don't care if the fans come at me. I'm gonna say it. But yeah, man, I love this franchise. I grew up with it. It's my childhood, but also I've invested so much time into it, and it just deserves the praise it gets. Could it be better in some areas? Definitely. But man, has this franchise come so far from a simple comic book to 3 shows. Epic says, when's next stream, bro? Not really sure, Epic. Either Monday or Wednesday. It's always going to be a Monday or Wednesday. 8. If it's on Monday, it's going to be 8:20. If it's on Wednesday, it's going to be at 6:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dan says Daryl has a bit gray in his facial hair, but that's it. He looks the same. LOL. Absolutely. And Dan, you say thanks for the stream, man. Thank you so much, Dan, for once again just sticking with me in the stream. We've done almost 50 streams now, and almost 2 hours each. and it's like, oh man, that's like, yeah, that's like 100 hours. I mean, so yeah, thank you, Dan. Honestly, truly, and you too, Epic. You guys really make this worth it. I'm so glad you guys came and stuck with me. Epic says, I also grew up with The Walking Dead. That's why I'm saddened about season 11 being the final season. Yeah, I know, Epic. It is sad, but it's understandable. It has to end, and I'm glad we get to see it end. I'm glad we get to see it, because yeah, because we're the fans. We want to see it end at least. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. So yeah, I got to go and do some things before we start the Alicia video. But yeah, guys, I want to thank you all so much for coming with me. Not coming with me, helping me, with the stream tonight. And I thank you guys so much. I want you all to have a good night. Take care, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.